Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Uh, Take over a minute. All right. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. Let's get started. Yes, I've been away. Just got back not long ago, catching up with work and stuff, and wow, such an honor to be back. And thank you, bro, Alfred, for stepping up, last week as well. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. So let's get started. Yeah, and I think I'm a bit rusty as well. Let's see. Okay, let me just share my screen. All right, it's good to be back, and also gives me a chance to actually practice this as well. And I hope you guys can also learn something from this session because this brochure is actually created by Jinlong, and it's not from the company, by the way. So he compiled all the very important details of LifeWave for us to be able to present to our prospects better. Yeah. So this 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. session is actually for people who wants to know how to present this effectively. I've been using this brochure for a long time. Yeah. And since it came out, I think 2 years ago, and it's been very effective. So I really urge everyone to take note and just learn about this technology because it's actually very simple. Okay. So anyone here for the first time listening to this, can you type in the chat box 111? 111? Okay. If you are listening to this brochure for the first time, yeah, type in the chat box 111. Right. So if you are actually already heard of this before, let's get to it. Yeah, because a refresher is always good, even for myself. Okay, so let's get started. Now, this is something that we all question. Yeah, we're skeptical. We all question things, and how can this little patch on my hand work? Okay, so if you look at the brochure, the cover page, it says light stem cells. And what does that really mean? Okay. So at the beginning, I would always like to ask people, yeah, hey, what do you guys think about this front page? What do you understand about it? Yeah. So let them process. And people will say, oh, I don't know what this means, but I know what stem cells are. Okay, so let's give it 10 minutes for us to explain this to them. Yeah, so this is what I do at the beginning. I pick their interest. Okay, and going to the next page, we talk about the founder himself, David Smith, who is a world-class scientist. So this is to position the company as a world-class standard. And it's different because David Smith is not a businessman. Yeah, so he's actually a world-class scientist that actually do a lot of R&D research on technology. And before he started LifeWave, can you see right at the top there, on the top right corner, he actually developed technologies for the US Navy SEALs. Yeah. Mini submarine was one of his projects and also emergency oxygen system. So the US Navy SEALs did not want to be dependent on caffeine stimulants or any drugs when they go underwater for 60 hours. And David Smith invented the first patch called Energy Enhancer. Yeah. That was 22 years ago. And it's still relevant today. It's a very powerful patch that actually could do a lot of things. Yeah. So if you have used it, it's also one of my favorite patches. Okay. And he also is a scientist with conscience and love for humanity. What does that mean? He create technologies that actually help the world be better. Yeah. To expand, increase the lifespan of humanity, meaning that not being dependent on any kind of long-term medication. Yeah, and also be able to enjoy the golden age with freedom of movement and also freedom of health. Yeah. So that's the most important thing as we hit 60, 70, 80 years old. Yeah. That's where a lot of people suffer a lot of illnesses. Okay. So I see a lot of young people suffering as well in their 20s, 30s, and also 40s. Yeah. So we need to take good care. And the only way to do this, which I really um validate, is really to learn about your own health. Okay, so upcoming invention, yeah, oxygen enricher that actually benefits the ocean where he actually rare planktons to produce more oxygen to the entire world. Okay, so age reversal apparel. Apparently, if you wear this shirt, yeah, your age can reverse. I don't know how that works, but it sounds amazing. Age reversal water, X2O, it really launched in America on the 9th of April and sold out within hours. Okay. So energy recharging sofa, gene resetting machine, and biomimetic enhancer. So all these things all sound really high tech, and you don't have to know all of it. You just need to know that, hey, there's this nobleman that's actually creating technology that will benefit mankind. Yeah. So this is something that the company does, and it puts us in a different position compared to a lot of other wellness companies. Okay. So everything is done by David Smith in the lab. Yeah, so he has a lab, and he's the modern world we call it Iron Man. Yeah. So his factories in both in Ireland and San Diego are all fully automated. That means very minimal manpower. So that's how they actually made the patches after the R&D is done. Okay. So when we move to the next page, I always like to tell people, do not read word for word and focus more on the diagram, on the illustration, because people can take home this brochure and read it on their own. But what they really want is the nip of the information, yeah, to keep them interested. So if you look at that little human being, it's emitting light, okay? So you can see that this is relevant with the first cover that we saw earlier, stem cells with light, yeah? And why is this so? Now, actually, if you understand during the height of COVID, when people require to fly overseas, the custom has a special thermal camera scan to detect what color your body is. Okay. And basically, when they see that you're predominantly red, your body is full of inflammation. You have cough, flu, fever, they will put you in the detention center. Yeah, they'll quarantine you, they'll check you. Okay. So if you're healthy, you're normally blue, green, and yellow. Yeah, that's how our body color works in nature. But you can't see it with the naked eye. Yeah. So when your body energy is emitting every single second out of your body, yeah. So all these are all aura. Yeah. That's why when you rub your hands, it's warmer. When you touch your neck, it's warm. Yeah. And I'm actually sweating now because I don't know, after using the patches, I sweat even more. That means my blood circulation is better. Yeah. So when you use the patch, like if you look at this part of my hand, I patch it on my hand, and inside this patch is very, very special. Everything is organic, there's no chemical, there's no drugs. Yeah. So inside here is made of organic crystalline amino acids, some water, oxygen, and this is what David Smith created. When you patch it on your body, the heat actually melts the crystals, yeah, and forms a little mirror. Can you see in that diagram? It looks like a little mirror, yeah. And when your body energy is emitting light every single second, the mirror traps the energy, the light, and reflects it into your own body for faster self-healing. That's how the technology works. It's actually very simple, but it takes a while for people to understand. Okay, so if you look at this little blue circle, the diagram, okay, so this is what we call copper peptide. It's the most important human peptide in our body, and it's found in our blood. Okay, so when it's stimulated by light, yeah, it can trigger a response to elevate your own copper peptide production. Yeah. So why is this important? Because the main function of copper peptide is to reactivate stem cells production. And this happens when you actually go under the sun as well. But you know, a lot of people, they are afraid of getting their skin dark and pigmentation and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of times during the COVID period, right? A lot of doctors mention this one thing. The patients have very low immune system, meaning that they do not have enough vitamin D in their body. So their defense system is low, and the virus attacks, yeah, and kills off a lot of cells, and the patient dies. Okay. So that's why a very good booster is actually the healing of the sun. Yeah, the nature way. But we have all forgotten the goodness of it. Okay. So this is actually very important. The history of copper peptide production was actually found by this scientist called Laurent Picard in 1973. So it's only about 53 years ago. Now, he's passed away now, but you can go into YouTube and research on him. Yeah, there are a lot of videos that of him speaking about copper peptide. And what he did in the experiment lab, he actually placed younger liver cells into 80-year-old liver cells, and the 80-year-old liver cells started to behave like younger liver cells again. So that's what his experiment did. And he found that the copper peptide was actually activating that. Yeah, amazing. So this is what stem cells can do. Now, a lot of people, when they understand stem cells, it's actually this way. When we were born, we were all developed from stem cells, yeah? Even from the mother's womb. Okay, so the sperm and the ovum actually connect, and it actually starts from there. Okay, so these are all basically science. And why stem cells are so sought after nowadays? Because people are looking for longevity. Now, longevity meaning that we are not sick on bed, depending on a lot of medication, depending on respiratory machine, yeah, to breathe oxygen and things like that. Longevity means that we have the freedom to move, to play, to travel, yeah, to be with our family, to spend quality time. That is longevity. Okay, so that's why a lot of people that resort to stem cells injections that can cost between 50 to 100,000 per injection. Yeah, so if you know stem cells in Malaysia, injections in Malaysia is heaven for a lot of people. A lot of people come from China, Indonesia, Singapore to do it. Yeah, because to them it's very affordable. Yeah, but for Malaysians, 50 to 100,000 per injection, and you have to do it every single year. Man, that's a heavy cost. Okay, so stem cells plays a critical role. Now, if you have abundance of stem cells, what happens is that your organs can start to function better. Yeah. So as we age, we only have about 5% remaining when we hit 60 years old. Now, that's where a lot of problems starts to kick in. High blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, Alzheimer's, everything starts to happen in our body because our organs don't function as before anymore. Yeah. So this is something that I always tell people, look, supplements cannot do what the patches can do. Yeah. So a lot of supplements outside are marketed as stem cell supplement. Now you got to be very careful about this because stem cells cannot live outside the body. You got to understand this. And if it's marketed as supplement, it's not the stem cells that is inside the capsule. Yeah. It's a lot of other ingredients that is actually beneficial to the body. Okay. But it's actually I would call this a misinformation. Yeah. So it's really up to us to educate ourselves, and we are here to help you guys. Okay. Now, how do you use the patches? Okay. So you look at X39, it says here, right? It elevates the peptide GHK-Cu, copper peptide, the most important human peptide in our body, to activate our own stem cells to promote healing. Yeah. And this is clinically proven to enhance our entire well-being. Now, I always tell people that I like LifeWave is because it's a science and technology company, and it has so many clinical studies. Everything is done properly. So a lot of other companies out there that will actually show a lot of good testimonials. It works, but they cannot produce clinical papers like how LifeWave does. Okay. So David Smith actually structured everything from the beginning because he wants to run this company, LifeWave, as a legacy. Yeah. To pass down to generations. And that's how he's doing it. So that's why we use it with confidence, yeah. And X39 was actually developed in 2019, okay. So if you look at the diagram here, how you patch it is just behind the neck for 12 hours. Can you see the sun? Yeah. So you don't have to go under the sun to activate the patch. The patch is activated by your own body energy, okay. So Aeon is used at night. So nighttime, you remove the X39 and you place the Aeon behind your neck, and then you go to sleep. Because Aeon is clinically proven to reduce inflammation, stress, and promotes relaxation. And that's how this patches works, okay? So every day, morning, night, 12 hours, 12 hours, that's it. Very simple. And it just takes 2 seconds, yeah? So a lot of times when I actually do a patch demo on people, I say, pump, that's it, 2 seconds. Huh? They say done already, yeah? Wow, can't feel anything, yeah? So that's how fast we can actually apply. And if you tend to forget at the beginning, it will be actually a habit once you get started. Yeah. And put it beside your toothpaste, your toothbrush. So when you brush your teeth and you shower, you just put it on and then go to work. Yeah. Nighttime, same. Before you sleep, you look at it, okay, put it on and then go sleep. Yeah. So there are a lot of clinical studies that were done on even animals. Can you see here? The horse, this was one of David's webinar. Yeah, after using Aeon, the inflammation also can reduce. Okay, of course, you have to use this special imaging to detect the colors of the body. And a lot of times people ask me, hey, can I get this tested or not? How do I know whether it's working or not? I say can, but it's very expensive to test this alone on the imaging. So it's not worth it one sometimes. But how can you actually gauge? You gauge by you sleep better, you have lesser pain, you have better energy, you have better appetite, you have better bowel movement. Okay. So these are things that you can actually feel with your body that cannot be tested with blood tests. Yeah, like those tests you go to Path Lab, those only show what markers are working in your body. Example, your liver test, your kidney function, yeah, your sugar levels. Okay. So all these are all markers. Yeah, but how you sleep, how well you sleep, how deep you sleep, how good is your appetite cannot be measured by blood tests. Yeah. Someone's blood test can be perfect. I've seen a lot, but they cannot sleep. They cannot eat properly. Their bowel movement is not good. Yeah. So this is something that only after using the patches you can feel. Okay. So you can actually read about this in this brochure. There's a QR code to scan for more information on the clinical studies. Okay. But I'm not going to go through that because that's too clinical. Okay. So we want to be able to tell people in the simplest manner. And why this combination of X39 morning and Aeon at night? Because stem cells are attracted to site of inflammation to heal damaged tissue. So your body is always inflamed every single day. Although you don't feel it, right? But because of the radiation, yeah, as I'm speaking to you, I have two phones right beside me. Yeah. So this radiation, I have a laptop in front of me. Yeah. So this is actually killing our cells slowly but surely. Okay. The food choices that we eat. Yeah. If you eat a lot of fast food, fatty fried food, and microwave food and all this, it's going to damage your body. Yeah. Your cells. Okay. So stress. If you work in a very high stress environment, like you're a banker, you sleep late and things like that, yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of inflammation in our system. Yeah, inflammation is not something that you can feel. Yeah, some people, yes, there are rashes, there are skin diseases, those are very significant inflammation. But some people you can't tell, but it's happening inside our body. So that's why we need these patches to help us lower down the inflammation every single day. Okay, so it's like a fireman, putting out the fire, and then your stem cells can regrow healthily. Yeah. So Aeon is the fireman. Okay. And when you put off the fire, your stem cells can be healthier and healthier. Okay. So why do we recommend at least minimum use of 3 months? Yeah. Because reverse aging takes time. Now, when you have healthy stem cells in your body, your organs can start to function properly again. Okay. And we have seen a lot of cases, don't quote me, no medical claims, that a lot of people, after using the patches for 6 months, 1 year, their blood test report starts to be better and better. For example, sugar level. For example, their kidney function. Yeah, because the stem cells are actually working in their body. Okay, so this is something that I hope you guys can really give it a try. Be able to share this with a lot of people, and we are always here to help. And when I first started, I was really skeptical because I saw testimonials on animals and plants as well. And then I started to realize this. Actually, anything that has a living cell, including animals, including plants, it works. That's how powerful these patches are. Okay. And if you look at a lot of supplements or medication, let's say, for example, a cough syrup, you can't feed a human dose cough syrup to animals. Something may happen to them. Or if you pour the cough syrup onto your plants, they'll sure die. Yeah. Supplements, okay? Some supplements you can feed your cats and dogs, yeah, but some cannot. Okay, again, you can't place your supplements onto your plants. But this is very simple. So after using for 12 hours, you don't throw it away, right? You put it on the soil of your plants, on the branches, you put it on your pets. Okay. So this is something that you can actually do experiment and come back and share with us. Yeah. And we have a lot of tools for you guys to succeed in this sharing. Okay, so scan the brochure. You can see the QR code. You can see a lot of tools. Yeah, so Jinlong has prepared a lot of additional tools on top of the support of the company, which is fantastic. Yeah, so we have offices around the world. In Malaysia, is in Bangsar South, and Jinlong's office is in OKR. Yeah. So other countries like Singapore, Philippines, and all that, there are official officers as well. Yeah. So the patents, what are patents? If you look at a lot of companies, right? A lot of companies, they also have patents. But what makes LifeWave unique is that David Smith is a patent holder of 200 patents. It's crazy, yeah. And issued by the US government. Okay. So it's not even easy to get one patent. Patent is to protect the technology for people not to be able to copy. Yeah. So clinical studies are all done. You can go and QR code here. All right. So a lot of doctors around the world are actually using this technology. Okay. So that's why it's so safer. And Malaysia and Singapore has also started. The doctors are using it really. Okay. So in Malaysia, it's certified under KKM as Medical Device Authority. So you can scan the certification here. And David Smith, he himself has a lot of awards as the world-class inventor. Yeah. So a lot of world-class athletes are actually using it. People like David Beckham, Dana Kirk, in their prime when they were competing. Yeah. So it shows that the patches are safe for competition as well. Yeah. Because in competition, athletes cannot simply use things. If they're caught with any drugs or stimulants, they could be banned for life. Yeah. So everything that Jinlong has structured for us here is for us to be able to present in under 10 minutes. Yeah. And then you go straight to the Q&A for people to ask you questions. Okay. So that is the end of this very short and powerful presentation. I hope you guys catch this. And this, it comes with practice. See, I haven't been doing this for a while. I'm so a bit rusty already. Okay, so you can ask any questions, and we are here to answer before we hand over the session to Alfred. Okay, we're gonna have an exciting session, and feel free to ask anything related to this brochure. And type in any questions that you have so that we can answer you at the end of the entire session. Okay. Wow, we have 97 people already. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask? Yeah. So nowadays we have patch parties around KL. Yeah. And you guys can actually join in whoever that is hosting. Yeah, because the company has loosened the regulations to keep it at 10 kilometers between Bangsa South HQ and anywhere. So as near as Mont Kiara, eh, is it 5 kilometer? 5 kilometer or 10 kilometer? I can't remember. Yeah. As near as Mont Kiara, Klang, you name it. So make sure that you speak to your leaders to join the sessions, right? Where we will share more on the brochure and how we can actually do patch demo on the participants as well. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you're here for the first time, thank you guys for joining in. So this is a very interesting science and technology company. It's good to really learn more about it. Yeah. So I was in KK last week. Yeah, I stayed back for about 3 nights and met some new brand partners there as well. Yeah, they started using the technology. And Jinong has a center there as well. So it's very convenient for people to go and learn. Yeah. And Sabah is actually a huge market as well. Yeah, if you have people there, share the light with them and let them benefit as well. Because the exposure there is not so great at the moment. Yeah. And people do not actually know about this. So in big cities like Kuala Lumpur, Johor, Penang, and Kedah, these are the places where it's actually booming pretty quickly. Yeah. So Sabah is one of the places where we can actually go and educate more people. Yeah. Okay. Well, no questions today. My explanation so good, huh? Thank you guys. Yeah. I have a question for you all. Okay. How many of you find this brochure very useful when you're presenting to people? Yeah. So we are not here to sell people something. You got to keep this in mind. This is not a salesperson's duty. Okay. We are here to share the knowledge and hope that somebody can actually benefit and be healthier also. Okay. So this is the entire goal and processes. Yeah. And I had a lot of joy actually working with brother Alfred as well. For the past 3 years, we've been doing this, and I can tell you that even he looks better and better each time I see him. Yeah, younger, and then his eye bags and all that. Mine hasn't disappeared yet. I don't know why. What's the secret, Alfred?
Uh, be more happy.
Yeah, okay, great, great. I'll do that. Amazing. Yeah. So we understand that you have something very special prepared for us this evening, huh? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. We have 5 minutes to go. Let me just quickly introduce Brother Alfred for those of you who are here for the first time. We always do this because we want people to feel welcome as well. Who are the speakers and what we're sharing. Okay, so this is something that Alfred has been very kind, yeah, to be helping out the community to make sure that we grow together, and also he spends a lot of time replying messages as well, yeah, on and off as well. So we are very grateful for his knowledge, and he is not of any health background, by the way. Yeah. He used to be a general manager at an MNC company, yeah, working for the big guys for 20 years. And he found himself stuck, right? And a lot of flying, not much time spending with family. Wow, gosh, bro, I know you so well, man. Yeah. So, and his health was actually affected, by the way. At the height of his health deterioration, his cholesterol was 12 point something. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy, guys. 12 point something, man. Gosh. And a normal average person is only less than 5. Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know what he eats. I think a lot of good food lah provided from the company. You fly with MNC, right? They make sure you're taken care well of, but not like this. This is crazy. Yeah. So he decided to quit his job, right, to focus on his health and family. So I truly respect what Alfred does, because it's not easy. Yeah. To be away with family. Now he spends a lot of time. Yeah. With his children. He always calls them Lamborghini and Ferrari. Amazing. Amazing. And his beloved wife. Yeah. Yeah. So I met the family. Beautiful. Yeah. So this is something that we all can learn with an open mind with Brother Alfred. Okay. So there's one question in the hang on a minute. Hi, for those who has not used LifeWave before, can they start to use other patches and not X39 AN? Okay, this will be addressed by Alfred, but I'm just going to quickly answer this here. Mei Ling, thank you for your question. And it's advisable to start with just X39 in the morning and Aeon at night and nothing else. Why? Because David Smithy himself said that this is the dynamic duo. X39 is to strengthen our overall organ functions, and Aeon is to reduce the inflammation in our system. Yeah. So stick to these two. All right. Do it for at least 6 months. Yeah. So if you're 50 years old, you do it for 5 months. If you're 60 years old, you do it for 6 months. Yeah. So for every 10 years of your life, you do it for 1 year. Sorry, every 10 years of your life, you do it for 1 month. Okay. So stick to it. Stick to the protocol. You'll see tremendous results already. All right. Yes, type your questions in and we will answer one by one. Yeah, stick by because normally towards the end there are a lot of questions people ask, and we learn a lot through people asking questions. So it's not a one-way communication. We really appreciate you guys asking because with your asking, we also learn from you all. Okay. So if you're representing a friend or a family that are shy, just type in the questions, be anonymous, no problem. Okay. So we understand that some questions are very private, but don't worry, okay? We are all here to help. All right. Okay, Alfred, we have 104 people. Should we
Wow.
get started already?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys. Type in the chat box 111 to welcome brother Alfred. 111 111. Come on, guys. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, come on,
Good
come on, come on.
evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay. It's 8:29. Let's try and start this. Okay. So tonight I've actually done a new set of research. We will try to understand the 5 most common degenerative condition affecting humans today. from the stiffening of our arteries to the fading of our cognitive memory bank. Okay, and then we will look at cardiovascular crisis. You know, why the heart disease remains the global #1 killer and how systemic inflammation acts as a silent fuse for heart and vessel failure. So we will look at the patches that will actually help us with this degenerative scary stuff lah. So we'll be talking about 4 patches tonight. Okay, the X39 we have normally done, so most of us know that, and I'll be doing the X49, you know, the AHK copper peptide. Okay, how to strengthen the piping in our body, enhance heart muscle, and support bone density. Okay, we will also try to look at cardiovascular cleanup. We discover how phototherapy signals the body to reduce oxidative stress and the arterial plaque, moving you from a state of metabolic breakdown to functional longevity, right? So, and then we have just done the visual storytelling by Jinhua, obviously. Okay, so without any further ado, I will start sharing my slides, and tonight we will try to cover as many as possible pertaining to degenerative conditions that we have. Okay, so I hope y'all can see my slide. Yeah, okay. So as usual, I will normally take you through this LifeWave disclaimer, right? So LifeWave products are for general wellness and intended only to maintain or encourage a general state of health or a healthy activity. So the content provided by Super Wednesday team here is presented in summary form, is general in nature, and is provided for informational purposes only. So always consult with your physician or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new health regime, diet, or fitness program. So do not disregard any medical advice you have received or delay in seeking it. Okay, so with that LifeWave disclaimer out of the way, I would like to remind everyone, now all our Zooms start at 8 p.m. All our Zooms, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all start at 8 p.m. Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin tonight's session. As usual, I always tell people, okay, without starting to go to number one, or without number one, everything else is zero. So what is number one? Let's say number one is health. So without health, we will not have money, we will not have family, and we will not have dreams, right? So without number one, everything else is zero, right? And I would like to take you through all this. We want to know about our internal organ function, which is very important. Modern medicine will only help you manage your symptom. Modern medicine do not solve your problem, right? So let us look at this photo to get the explanation of this illustration. Now, let's say if I want to build new muscles, right? I have to take fishes for my protein. So this is stage number one. If you look at the top left, number one, right? So protein ingestion. When food enters our stomach, it goes to stage number two, which is on the top right-hand side, right? Top right-hand side. Okay, so protein digestion. So when protein is broken down into amino acids by our stomach acid, it will then go into where? Our small intestines, ready to be absorbed. This is stage number three, amino acid absorption, right? So when amino acid is absorbed into the bloodstream, it goes into stage number 4. The amino acids will be transported by our blood circulatory system into all vital organs. So in our case, the amino acid will be utilized by our body to build new muscles, which is called myogenesis. So people always say there is one saying, you are what you eat. So the kinds of amino acid that you use to build your body is exactly the same amino acid that you ingest or you eat. So if you use the 3 pillar of health that we normally use to explain this to you, to analyze diagram 1, 2, 3, and 4, number 1 is under what? Nutrition, right? So if you are malnourished, you feel hungry, you look for things to eat. But you always try to take good protein. Yeah. So below number 1 is actually number 2. Okay, organ function. Okay, protein ingestion. Below number 3 is what? Also organ function. Below number 4 is organ function, building muscle. So by looking at this diagram, which one is more important? In order for you to enhance your health, to really start improving your nutrition or to improve your organ function, it is very clear. Okay? To make you even clearer of the importance of organ function, let's look at the common diseases or illnesses or common chronic diseases that we are seeing today. Okay? So a lot of people today will tell you, I got heartburn because I got a lot of stomach acid reflux. Okay? So if I eat something that's not right, I feel very bloated. I have digestive issues. If I eat something that's wrong, I have diarrhea. And no matter how many things I eat, it's difficult for me to gain weight. Right? And I have vascular damage. I have muscle loss. Right? So, take a look. Number 1 in the blue box is nutrition. 1, nutrition. Then number 2, number 3, number 4 in the red box are all what? Organ function. So which one is more important? Organ function or nutrition? What do you think? I would say it is the areas in the red box. Organ function. Number 3, also organ function. Number 4, also organ function against 1 nutrition. So it is the organ function. Organ function is more important for us to take care of now. And LifeWave is at the center of this everything. Now, we're going to talk about how to repair or even reverse aging of your internal organ function. So every one of us have 2 types of age. One is the chronological age, which means how old you are. Let's say I am 29 years old, but I look like only 20 years old. The look like means biological age. Okay? So, do you have friends that are 50 years old, but look like 60 years old? So in order to return from 60 years old to 50 years old, it is called anti-aging. Okay? So you will need to repair the internal organ functions to reflect who you are on the outside. Now, are you going to compromise or are you going to be satisfied to look exactly like what you age? Or should you, when you reach 90 years old, you look like 90 years old? Or do you want to look like 90 years old? Or do you want to look like 60 years old or maybe even 50 years old? So the kind of vitality that you have, the energy, even at the age of 90, is still equivalent to the age of 50. So from 50 to return back to 35 years old, we call this reverse aging. So to give you an example, if today's car battery, okay, your car battery is flat, meaning your car cannot move. So in order to start the car, what do you need? You need energy, right? So when you talk about anti-aging, the key element is how to increase the cellular energy in such a way that your body can utilize this additional amount of energy to repair organ function. Okay? And the thing that is required to do this reverse aging is stem cells. But if this engine, after you have jump start, is a 30-year-old engine, no matter how good you take care of it, black smoke will still come out because wear and tear. Okay? So when you change the spare part in the body, this replacement is done by stem cells. Which means to say, if you want to look younger than who you are, firstly, you need enough energy to achieve anti-aging. Then, enough stem cells to reverse your aging. So if you look at the wellness market now, in general, they are divided into two markets. The first market is about anti-aging. Okay? A lot of fruit juice, a lot of supplements, a lot of energy therapeutic products like garments, pants. And when we talk about reverse aging, we talk about stem cells. Okay? PRP. You talk about placenta. And LifeWave X39 has the best part of both worlds. Right? But I want to make one thing very, very clear before we proceed any further. Many people have no patience. Why do I say that? How many times have you heard of people telling you, Alfred, I'm still having so much pain. I'm still having so much discomfort. I'm still having this. I'm still having that. I don't see any improvements. Right or not? Do you hear these remarks very often? I'm very, very confident to guarantee you won't find a second product that give you the energy and the same time activate your stem cells and have over 200 patents like what Jinhua mentioned. So let me do a recap what we have been telling everyone. So if today you want to make yourself look younger, to be younger, you need to repair your deteriorating body system. You need energy, right? Secondly, you need enough stem cells in order to reverse your aging and look younger than who you are. So these two elements are already taken care by LifeWave X39. But there's still one very, very important element, which is time. I can give you the best phone, iPhone 17. I can give you the best charger, MagSafe lah, 65 watts charger lah. But if you don't give me the time to charge your phone, your phone can never be charged. Right? So who is this person that can give us this time to repair the functions, to reverse the aging? Who? It is you yourself, No matter how good the product, we still need to give us some time and also give your body more chances to go into the deeper structure to rejuvenate and reverse the aging. Your body's organ function, although most people, when they join, they come in as a core package. Now, this is because you want to use the minimum amount of money to enjoy this technology before you see, oh, I have a new hope. I have a new dream. Now I can age gracefully. So if you continue to upgrade your packages, continue to use LifeWave and see bigger changes, normally only then you will continue to upgrade your packages. Now, we can't feel our skin growing. We cannot feel our hair growing. So not all improvement that is given by X39 you can feel. So the best way to document the changes and to give yourself a proof, right, is to take a picture. Yeah? Agree with me? Take a picture because ultimately your skin complexion is a mirror of how healthy your body's internal organ functions are. So remember to take a photo 30 days later and take a photo to really look at the changes. I'm very sure you'll be very surprised for this best decision you have ever made in your life. Okay? Now, let's look at what's happening in our health today and how we can help ourselves, right? So, this technology is actually powered by your own body heat, all right? It is not a drug. Nothing goes in through the skin, non-transdermal, and it is non-invasive. That means nothing going in through the skin. Nothing. Okay? And you do not have to plug into any power source. Okay? Now, I mentioned just now, give yourself 3 to 6 months. Why? Because our body can heal itself. Okay? This technology does not do the healing. It simply provides a signal that allows the body to perform its natural built-in function. Every organ in the body has a different refresh rate. We are consistently becoming a new version of ourselves. Some systems respond very fast, right? So let's take a look at the different timing. Reverse aging actually takes time. Bones 3 months, DNA 2 months, liver 6 weeks, stomach 5 days, brains 1 year, blood 4 months, skin 1 month, and lungs 2 to 3 weeks. That's why people notice digestive or respiratory improvements almost immediately, Okay. However, the skin is 1 month, blood is 4 months. So, visible changes in complexion and overall energy levels often become more apparent after the first 30 to 90 days of consistent use. Please do not use today, tomorrow you forget, the day after tomorrow Jinhua call you, you patch again, then the day after tomorrow you forget, the next day you forget again, after that Alfred call you, you patch again, and you tell Jinhua and Alfred, I don't see any result. Ayo, how to see any result? If you want to take vitamins or you want to take medication also, you have to be taking it consistent law. Doctors will always tell you antibiotics take for 3 days, morning once, evening once, and you have to take it every day, right? Do not break the cycle. So this is the same thing. Please be more consistent. Okay? So for deeper regenerations, bones take about 3 months, while the brain can take up to 1 year for significant renewal. So for people who have brain-related issues, it takes time. Okay? So you have to manage the expectation that you have. Okay? So why a 1-week trial is not enough to see the full potential of stem cells activation, right? Because you look at this diagram, It takes time. The DNA timeline is 2 months. Since we are looking to repair the body at a genetic level, all of us must give the body at least 2 full cycles to renewal to establish a new normal. Okay? So what is the takeaway I'm trying to tell you here, everybody? The takeaway here is patience. Your body is a masterpiece of engineering, but it follows a biological schedule. Everything has a schedule. Okay? While you might feel the aeon patch working on your inflammation today, almost immediately, wow, you're very happy. My pain is gone. Your X39 journey is a marathon. Okay? Not a 100-meter sprint. If you want a 100-meter sprint, I think it's fair for me to say this, go back and take medicine. When you take medicine, kidneys will suffer, liver will suffer, because they need to work extra hard to get rid of the medication that you already put in your body. Okay? So give your body the 90 to 120 days it needs to replace your blood and skin cells. Okay? And you will see why consistency is actually the secret to true longevity. Wow. I hope I make my point here, everyone. Hey, let's move. Okay? Oops, this one we have been through, right? Okay, so let's start. Now, this is a silent attack. Take a look at the man on this screen. Okay? He is not a victim of an accident. He is not a victim of bad luck. He is a victim of a silent attack. One that is happening inside millions of houses across the country and across the world at this very moment. Okay? Now, we are told that convenience was a gift. Saves us time. But have you ever looked at the cost? We are trading our longevity for unhealthy fats and sugary food. Every bite of the nutritional ignorance is not just a meal. It is a biological instruction. Okay? Let me explain. Right now, for most people, that instruction is inflame, store, and degenerate. You agree with me or not? You have inflammation, you store everything that's bad, and everything starts to degenerate. Now, you look at the arrows pointing to obesity and inflammation, right? This is not just about carrying extra weight. The red arrow labeled inflammation, that is the fuse. When the fuse stays lit long enough, it leads to the explosion of the 3 giants. Cantonese will say 三高. You see here, right? Cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Okay? So, we have become a society that is overfed, especially Malaysians. Okay? Malaysians are all obese. My goodness. But we are undernourished. We actually rely on a mountain of pharmaceutical drugs. Things that Jinhua used to sell last time. Okay? And you see on the top right, to manage the symptom of a fire, we keep fueling it with pharmaceutical drugs. We are spending our money that we earn over the years, traveling up and down, like what Jinhua said. Yeah, I agree. I travel up and down. I do not have time. Hey, have you tried coming back on a Grab, put down your luggage, take another luggage, say hi to your wife, and bye to your wife at the same time. Because the Grab is still waiting for you, and you have just came back from China, and now you're going to Singapore, or you're going to Sabah. That was what I did last time, you know. Okay, to service all the dealers and all. Right? So that is how pharmaceutical drugs will help us manage the symptom. Okay, and we end up spending our money to buy back the health we threw away for a donut or a hamburger. Agree or not? But there's a different path. Look at the bottom right. Natural nutrition, cellular recovery. It is possible to stop the clock. It is possible to bridge the gap between where your health is today and where your potential lies. Today, we are not just talking about avoiding premature death. We are talking about claiming functional longevity. That's why I am in LifeWave. That's why I quit my job. Okay? We are going to discuss how to put out the fire of inflammation and give your body the the signal it needs to repair, renew, and regenerate. Okay? So it's time that we stop managing disease and start living well, mastering wellness. Let's begin. Okay, let's take a look at this first. Okay, how do we stack up? The contribution of IHD. What is IHD? IHD is one of our partner in crime. He had it, Mr. Lingam. It is ischemic heart disease. Okay, so ischemic heart disease contributed a total of 13% certified death in Malaysia in 2024. Scary or not? You say, 13% only, Alfred, very small. Out of 100, 13 only, ma. But you see, the balance of the 87 have other medically certified causes, you know. Seriously, you know. Okay? So, IHD, ischemic heart disease, contribution to total death. This is a pie chart showing IHD accounts for 13% of all medically certified death in Malaysia. It is very scary, I tell you. Okay? If you have been to hospitals and you see how people suffer there with pipes running all over, I had this opportunity not too long ago. Halfway through Chinese New Year, I admitted myself into a hospital. Okay? Even dengue, you see your pellet count dropping and you feel like not well. Excuse my language. If you feel like shit, then you start to sweat, you know. You start to worry, okay? So, IHD in the productive age group. Now, I'm going to show you a bar chart. This bar chart highlights that the IHD is a leading cause of death for Malaysians aged 41 to 59. This is where all of us are. 17.6% of death. Okay? This is the main cause of death. Ischemic heart disease. It can happen to a fat guy. It can happen to a thin guy. It doesn't matter whether you are fat or you are thin. It doesn't mean that if you are thin, you won't get heart attack. Okay? Now, health condition in Malaysia. I'm going to share you the silent attack. Look at this bar chart again. This is the health conditions in Malaysia. Okay? So, I'm not trying to scare you. What is the key takeaway from all this? It's hypertension. there is a sharp increase in, seniors jumping from a national average of 30% to 73% in those over the age of 60. Ayo. High cholesterol. This is the most prevalent condition among seniors. Okay? It affects 76% of the older population. Okay? Nearly double the adult average of 38.1. Diabetes. Wow. There is an increase from 18.3 to 39% in the age group of 60 and above. Okay, so my question to you is, are you facing these 5 degenerative conditions? What are the degenerative conditions? Number 1 is cardiovascular, your heart degeneration. Okay, number 2 is muscle degeneration. Number 3 is your neurodegeneration. Number 4, metabolic and filter organ degeneration. Remember, we talked about organ function just now? Yeah? And last but not least is your sensory degeneration. Your taste, your sight, your smell, your hearing, and your touch. Okay? All these, I don't have to ask you to type 111 or 222 or 333 lah. Okay? You know yourself. Okay? What you have and what you are going through. All right? So let's take a look at cardiovascular degeneration and what it means. A lot of people have this condition now. Okay? Fatty plaque builds up and narrows arteries, restricting blood flow, reducing vessel elasticity. Okay? So this will cause hardening of arteries. Okay? Structural heart changes. The heart muscle may stiffen or weaken, which is called cardiomyopathy. Okay? And valves become calcified and narrow. Okay? The next one is this one, the structural changes now. Okay? The next one is chronic inflammation. Now, chronic inflammation drives the degeneration of the vascular tissues, which means your heart tissues and your blood vein. Okay? And last but not least is your age-related decline. Aging increases the risk of degeneration. Okay? Non-atherosclerosis disease such as amyloidosis or idiopathic fibrosis. When you have fibrosis in your heart, it's quite tricky. Okay, so common vascular diseases associated with degeneration. What is it? It is CAD, coronary artery disease. Okay, this is where the heart condition is caused by a plaque build-up. Okay, in the heart's arteries, limiting blood flow and oxygen to the heart muscle. Now, it will often cause chest pain and shortness of breath, fatigue, and it can lead to heart attack. Okay? When you experience this, you need lifestyle changes, you need medication, and some people, like my friend, goes through procedures like stent to restore blood flow. He has 5 stents in his heart. Okay? So let's dive deep dive into the issue. So, after establishing the general concept of degeneration, okay, this is where I'm going to focus and show you on the mechanics of how the heart, the body's engine, begins to fail. Okay, so the engine failure, we talk about heart disease now. If a single event, this is a process of accumulation. This is not a single event. Okay, so the most common form of cardiovascular degeneration, okay, it starts from a process that the plaque build up. This is called atherosclerosis. The space for your life-giving blood begin to vanish. That means your artery, becomes how do I say it? Smaller and smaller. That's the word for it. Okay, so when that pipe narrows, we reach a state of angina. So this is your body's alarm system. You will experience tightness in the chest, the unexplained heaviness when you walk, and you have shortness of breath. Why? Because your heart muscle is literally screaming for oxygen. Okay, why is this happening? Because your arteries are narrow, okay, and it cannot provide that oxygen. This is what you see on a traffic light, which is called yellow light lah. Okay, many people ignore this. They call this getting older. I'm getting old lah. This is normal lah. Okay, this is not getting old. This is obstruction. Okay. Now, pain radiating may be spread to the arms, the neck, the back, or the jaw. All right. So a heart attack, look at the visual here. Often the plaque cracks and the body sees a crack as an injury. Okay. You will have shortness of breath, which I mentioned just now, fatigue, dizziness, or lightheadedness. So when you have a heart attack, the plaque actually cracks and the blood clot blocks the artery. Okay? So look at the symptoms listed here. Pain radiating from the jaw, dizziness, fatigue. These are not inconveniences. These are signals that your system is under attack. And look at the cause. The cause is what? High cholesterol, smoking, diabetes, physical inactivity. After you eat, you sit on the sofa. Obesity. About 40% of Malaysians are obese. Okay? Family history. If you have these risk factors, you are not just at risk, you already have the process of degeneration. Okay? So here, the truth is, often left out lah, right? Pipes can be cleaned lah. System can be supported lah, right? You don't have to wait for the clot to form. Okay, so we have solutions for you guys. Okay, by elevating specific peptides like AHK-Cu and GHK-Cu, we can support the integrity of these vascular walls to promote the body's own clean up crew. Okay, now you have seen the mechanics of this breakdown. Let's look at what is the cause of this. Okay, we have looked at the damage. We have seen arteries narrowing and organs failing. Now, we have to ask the hardest question of the night. How did we get here? Look at these 5 factors. Okay, we call them risk factors. Right? Just now I mentioned already, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, smoking, diabetes, physical inactivity, obesity, family history. Okay, if if your health is basically a fire, these are cans of gasoline that can explode anytime. Okay, so high blood pressure and cholesterol. We call this a silent killers for a reason. You don't feel your blood pressure rising like when you feel a headache. You don't feel your cholesterol thickening, but your heart feel it. Every single beat is a struggle against a system that is becoming too tight to function. Okay? Smoking. We all know the lungs suffer when you smoke, but look at the image of the slide. Okay, it is about inflammatory heat. Smoking introduces toxin that literally scars the delicate lining of your blood vessel. It's like throwing sand into the high performance engine. Try and see what happens to your car. Okay? Now the third one is physical inactivity. Yeah? Your body, our body are designed to move, to pump, and to circulate. You notice or not? When we stop moving, our metabolism stalls or slow down. We begin to store the nutritional ignorance we stored earlier as visceral fat. That fat is not just sitting there. It is a living organ that pumps out inflammatory chemicals 24 hours a day. Okay? If you look at another area is diabetes. This is a metabolic wrecking ball. High blood sugar does not just affect your energy. It acts like glass in your bloodstream. It will shred all the tiny capillaries in your eyes, your kidneys, and your heart. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, your clock is ticking faster than everyone else. Finally, family history. Now, some of you might say, Alfred, this one is not my fault. It is my genes. And you are right, huh? You cannot change your ancestors, right? You cannot choose to change your ancestors, but you can change your expression. Yeah? Genetics may load the gun for you, okay? But your lifestyle pull the trigger, if you understand what I'm saying. I repeat again, genetics may load the gun for you, but your lifestyle pull the trigger, okay? So most people see this list and feel defeated. They normally think I have this, it's over. I'm here to tell all of you the opposite. The list is your roadmap. If you know what is pulling the trigger, you know what to stop. Correct or not? You cannot medicate away a sedentary lifestyle or a poor diet. But you can provide your body with the cellular signal it needs to combat this stress. Okay? Please, everyone here tonight, the 159, wow, one of the highest, I think. Today, everyone, we need to stop making excuses for our family history. We need to start writing a new one. Okay? Now, let's take a look at how we take control. Okay? What can we do? Right? So, the software is basically already here. We have spent the last half an hour or so looking at how the body breaks down. Now, I want to show you how to build it back up. Everything we have discussed, the heart, the brain, the joints, is governed by biological signals. When we are younger, these signals are loud and clear, As we age, the volume gets turned down. Okay? So this thing you see here now are the two most powerful volume knob in the human biology. GHK-Cu and AHK-Cu. Okay? So let's look at GHK-Cu. This is known as the holy grail of anti-aging. It is a copper peptide that exists naturally in the body, and now we have the technology to actually elevate the thing. Okay? We have conducted experiments, double-blind placebos. After 7 days, it is proven clinically that when you use this product, you see there, X39, it increases this GHK copper by 35%. Okay? By the time when you reach the age of 60, this GHK copper level have dropped over 60%. Okay? When you wear the X39 patch, you are not putting a chemical into your body. You are using phototherapy, light, to signal the body to elevate GHK copper. Now, why does that matter? Because GHK copper is the master signal that activates your own stem cell. It's like hitting the refresh button on your cellular software. It is telling your body to start repairing tissue just like it did when you were 15, 20 years old. Okay? Now, let's look at the AHK-Cu and the X49 patch. We have this powerful partner, AHK-Cu. Now, if X39 is the general repairman, the X49 is the specialist. Okay? AHK-Cu specifically targets the system we just saw failing, the cardiovascular and the musculoskeletal system. It focuses on vascular integrity, keeping those pipes in your body strong and flexible. It supports bone density and muscle mass. When you combine these two, X39 and X49, you are not just managing a condition, you are providing a dual track signal for total body reconstruction. Okay? So functions of X39 I mentioned just now elevates the production of stem cells. So this is an overview of the benefits of the X39. Okay? It boosts vitality and overall health and wellness. Okay? So let's take a look at something that's new tonight, which is the X49. Now, X49, if X39 is the light that wakes up your body, X49 is the architect that rebuilds the internal structure. Okay? What you see on screen here is not a beautiful graphic. It's not just a beautiful graphic. It represents the core of your vitality. Now, X49 patch has a singular focused mission to elevate AHK copper peptide. Why is AHK copper peptide so revolutionary? Because it works at the intersection of your blood, your bones, and your brain. Amazing, right? While most of the world is looking for health in a pill bottle, we are looking at the molecular level. Okay? To tell you a secret, AHK copper, AHK-Cu, is specifically linked to vascular endothelial health. You will tell me, Alfred, English please. Itu apa? Okay? Now, let me tell you. AHK copper is the guardian of your blood vessel lining. That is your endothelial health. It keeps those pipes we discussed earlier, the ones that is prone to rust and plaque, flexible and resilient. This is the silent protector of your cardiovascular system. Okay? AHK copper is your best friend. It promotes utilization of alanine, an amino acid critical for energy and muscle metabolism. Okay? It supports bone density, it maintains lean muscle mass, and it is shown to support brain health. Okay? Acting as a neuroprotective shield. Right? Okay. Let's move on. Now, we have talked about the signal, let's talk about the substance. Okay? If you look at this slide, okay, first of all, you look at the elevation. We are not hoping for better health. We are mechanically raising the levels of the peptide that naturally decline as we age. So everyone, by wearing X49, you are ensuring your body has this raw biological instruction to protect your most vital system, your heart. Okay? AHK copper is involved in the health of your vascular endothelial cells. Okay? And this is a daughter peptide to GHK copper, and it offers a lot of unique benefits like I mentioned just now. Okay? Now, AHK copper goes beyond the heart. It helps your body metabolize alanine. Okay? Why does this matter to you? Because alanine is a key source of energy for your muscle tissue and central nervous system. Okay? It's about maintaining your muscle mass and metabolic energy. You need to stay active, stay strong, and stay independent as the years go by. Okay? Now, AHK-Cu metabolizes the amino acid alanine just now, and AHK offers unique benefits that perfectly complement the X39. Now, think of the X39 as a general contractor. Okay? It wakes up the stem cells and start the renovation. So think of X49 and AHK-Cu as your master electrician and plumber. Okay? It targets complex wiring of your brain and the vital piping of your heart. Okay? So, AHK-Cu, like I said, elevates, it's a daughter peptide to GHK copper. And AHK-Cu is a copper peptide, L-alanine, histidine, and lysine, and is found in most in most mammals. Okay, so it is involved in the health of the vascular endothelial cells. That means it keeps your blood vessels supple, soft, okay, and AHK copper metabolizes amino acid alanine. Okay, so these are the benefits of AHK copper. It builds muscles quickly, regardless of your age. Okay, it allows you to have faster recovery post-exercise, despite your age. Okay, it will help you increase your body fat loss 11% in 60 days. Okay. It strengthens the bone for rock-solid foundation. It protects your heart, supports health and function of the heart, and it supports the health and the function of the brain. These are the unique benefits of X49. So X49 will benefit those who have consistent diet and exercise program. So when you use X49, we always recommend that you exercise. Okay? Now, clinical studies of the X49. When you use X49, in 2 months, we have done an experiment, okay? 20% clinical study. Sit-ups improve 70.59%. Push-up increased by 80%. Squats increased almost 50%. Bicep curl improve 112%. Grip strength improve 74%. Wow. So this is the male before. The age is 74. His body fat percentage is 37.55. Fat mass is 30.2. Fat-free mass 49.6. Health risk 53% higher than ideal. Okay? So after using X49, look, his body fat dropped from 37 to 33. Fat mass from 30 to 26. Fat-free mass 49 increased to 53.3. Health risk from 53 dropped to 20%. Amazing, right? Okay, in 2 months. Okay, so studies have shown that 30 to 70% of fitness improvement in 60 days. So X49 will benefit those who have consistent diet and exercise program. Okay, now let's look at how X49 supports bone and muscle health. Okay, AHK-Cu supports bone health. Okay, 14 amino acids change production level at significant levels over 60 days. Okay, indicating improved muscle health. Now, why do we use the X39 plus X49? We have reached the most important question of the night. Why use both? Many people ask me, Alfred, if X39 is so good, why do I need X49 or vice versa? Now, here is the mathematical proof of why these two patches are the ultimate tag team for your biology. Okay, it is the difference between a solo performer and a full symphony. So on the left, we have the X39 elevating GHK copper. As we have discussed, GHK copper is systemic, is found throughout the entire body. Understand this, everyone. GHK copper is found throughout the entire body. It is a general manager. Well, like me last time. Handling everything. Overall repair. Toilet got problem, GM. Staff resign, GM. Finance, GM. Okay? It handles everything, the overall repair, the skin remodeling, the stem cells activation. It is your foundation. Okay? Now, if you look at the right, we have X49 elevating the AHK copper. This peptide is more specialized. It is found in specific high-performance tissue, like your heart, your vascular system, and your muscle. Okay? It is a specialist that reinforce the structure. Okay? Now, look at what happens when you combine them. If you use X49 only, it's on the left. If you use X39 plus X49, okay, it's on the right. Okay, we didn't guess this. We measure it through physical performance. Okay, so we are going to look at the numbers for stationary bike tests in the gym. Okay, the first thing we look at is calories burned. With X49 alone, you see a fantastic 72% increase. Okay? But when you add X39, the number jumped to 91%. Top speed, you go from 22% gain over to 27%. Distance, you move from 57% to a staggering 65% improvement. Look at the pulse decrease. We want your heart rate to recover faster after stress. The combination of X39 and X49 increased that recovery efficiency by 33% over using X49 alone. Okay? So what these numbers are telling you is that 1 plus 1 does not equal to 2. In cellular health, 1 plus 1 equals 10. Okay? So when you let your body, you provide the body with the general repair signals of X39 and the specialized structural signs of X49, you are giving your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal system every tool they need to thrive. Okay? What are people trying to achieve? Now, as we head towards the finish line of today's session, okay, I want to ask you a very personal question. It is a question at the top of this slide. What are you trying to achieve? Most of us are not looking for Olympic level performance lah, right? We just want peace of mind. We want to know that when we go for our annual checkup, the numbers on that blood pressure machine is not going to cause an alarm, right? We want the heart to work efficiently without being under constant high pressure stress. Okay? So look at the data. Even when you use X49 alone, we measure impact a decrease in the systolic blood pressure by over 5.5%. For many people, that's a difference between a concerning reading and a managed one. It shows that AHK copper peptide is doing exactly what we promised, supporting the lining of your blood vessel. Okay? But look at what happens when we bring in the synergy of X39 and X49 together. This is where the rest and restore philosophy from LifeWave meets the clinical reality. Okay? We see the systolic pressure and the diastolic pressure. Okay, wait, let's look at the systolic pressure first. Systolic pressure, what does it mean? Is when your heart is beating, it drops by 8%. Amazing, huh? Okay? But look at the diastolic, the pressure when your heart is resting in between beats, we see an amazing 17.98 reduction. A nearly 18% reduction in diastolic pressure. This means your heart is finally getting the rest it deserves. It is no longer straining at the standstill. This is how we move away from the silent attack of cardiovascular degeneration. Okay, like I promised you in the beginning, we're going to talk about this. So we are literally lowering the internal pressure of your life. Okay, now look at the side, the right side, you know, the numbers, 110 over 70. This is the gold standard. This is the heart that is young, resilient, and unstressed. The note at the bottom of the slide reminds us that normal is considered 120 over 80. Okay? But why settle for normal when you can achieve optimal? Why wait for those numbers to climb into the danger zone when you have a tool that helps your body regulate its own blood pressure? I tell you a secret. When I went into Sunway Hospital for dengue, do you know that my blood pressure went up to 175 over 115? Because the pellet dropped. So the heart had to work harder. My heart rate was at 100 plus. Crazy. At rest, so I patched X49. Within 5 days, Kautim. Okay? Cool, man. So ask yourself, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to escape from a family history of heart disease? Or are you trying to get off the pharmaceutical treadmill we saw in slide 1? Or are you just looking to give your heart the support it needs for another 40 years? The evidence is on this screen. Okay? The synergistic power of X39 and X49 is not just about feeling better. It is about measurable clinical results for your most vital organ. Okay? It is time to take the pressure off. All right, let's start your journey towards 110 over 70. Let's make this happen together lah. Okay. Now, I have a question for everyone here. Who here has a BP machine at home? Type yes in the chat. Who has the BP machine at home? Wow. Everybody very quiet. Nobody typing tonight. Don't know why. Okay? I want you to imagine how good it would feel to see the bottom number drop by 18%. Cool enough. After using the 49. Okay? So, take a look at this slide. We have spent this evening talking about the science of peptide and the mechanics of cellular repair. Okay? For many of you watching right now, it comes down to the numbers you see on this slide that I've prepared for everyone. We're talking about the primary indicator of your cardiovascular longevity, your blood pressure. Okay? In the modern medical world, high blood pressure is often managed. Chat box is disabled. Serious?
Oh, don't worry, Alfred. I've just enabled it. I didn't realize as well. So it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's done. Can you guys type in the
Okay.
chat box 111? Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, now can. So if you have any questions, please type it in. Okay, myself and Jinghua will be more than happy to handle it for you. Okay, let's come back. Let me finish this off. Okay. Now, we talk about your primary indicator of your cardiovascular longevity, your blood pressure. Now, in the modern medical world, high blood pressure is often managed by, or the doctor will tell you, you cannot do anything lah. It is aging lah. Okay? We are told to take a pill and hope for the best. Okay? But look at what happened when we stop just managing symptoms and start supporting the vascular endothelium. That means the lining in your blood vessel. Okay? So, let's look at the impact of X49 on its own. Okay? In our clinical studies, using the X49, okay, resulted in 5.51 decrease in systolic pressure. So for many people, that move alone is a difference between being high risk or finally finding a safe zone. It also proved that AHK copper peptide is actively working to help those pipes we were talking about earlier stay flexible. Okay? Now, X39 plus X49 decrease 7.75. Look at the diastolic, the pressure when your heart, is crazy. 18%, Do you know what that means for your heart? It has recovery time, right? So comparison, okay? We have covered a lot of things tonight. So I hope I have added value to everyone here. We have seen clinical data, the science of peptide, and in the real world, the impact on blood pressure. Now, I want to make this very simple for you. When you look at the comparison slide, okay, you're looking at two pillars of cellular health. On one side is the X39, and on one side is the X49. Okay, these are the areas when you use these two together. Okay, your peptides elevated. One is AHK copper and one is GHK copper. Primary benefit, strength, muscle mass, and stamina, more useful state. Secondary benefit is healthy heart, healthy cognitive function, muscle growth recovery, fat loss, healthy diet, exercise program, bone health. and also you get better energy, better sleep, immune system, relief of aches and pains, improve in cognition. So many things when you use this X49 and X39 together. Okay, so this is where the X39 and X49 should be patched. Okay, so very quickly, these are the causes of stress. Okay, and stress can cause inflammation, and inflammation impacts of systemic inflammation. You get heart disease, neurodegenerative disease, autoimmune disease, cancer, vascular disease, organ fibrosis, very dangerous organ fibrosis. Okay, inflammation will cause pain and chronic pain, right? So these are the common causes of inflammation, right? So uncontrolled inflammation is dangerous, and this is where we use AION to handle all these inflammation. All right. And on top of that, you can do carnosine. So this is what carnosine will do for you. It protects the brain from aging. It lessens the risk of diabetes. It blocks cataract formation. It protects your heart, defends against cancer, and promotes wound healing. So 6 ways carnosine can improve your health is it will actually protect you from developing arteriosclerosis, chronic renal failure, that means your kidneys, and Alzheimer's disease. Prevents damage caused by sugar, excessive sugar in the body. It also indicates carnosine can offset many forms of age-related damage. It protects muscles from acid generated during high-intensity exercise. And it is an antioxidant. Okay. Now, carnosine helps maintain stores of ATP. Okay. So what depletes carnosine? Always remember, carnosine is depleted when we age, when we work out, when we do not have enough vitamin B6, when we are on medication, when we have chronic health condition and muscle wasting, cancer. Okay, and vegans, quite big problem when we have a vegetarian or vegan diet. Okay, because vegetarian and vegan diet, we do not have something that we call beta-alanine. Okay, so how to increase carnosine level is we supplement ourselves with beta-alanine supplement. Okay, take more animal-based food. Okay, combine your beta-alanine with a meal. Okay, now vegetarians lack beta-alanine, which can lead to about 50% lower carnosine levels in the muscle. So high doses of beta-alanine can cause paresthesia. Okay, tingling sensation on the skin. When you take carnosine supplement directly, supplements that provide beta-alanine are considered better at replenishing muscle carnosine. Okay, so what can carnosine do? It found in the tears, increase stamina by 125%, improves strength and flexibility, improves overall health, improves biological properties of organs, cognitive function, and neurological system. Okay, so this is where you patch the carnosine patch. These are the 5 points. GV14, CV17, LI4, and GV2 at the base of the spine. Okay, now for cellular support, these are the patches that I would recommend. Okay, X39, X49, AION, and carnosine. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of today's presentation. Let me pass it back to Jinhua, and if you have any questions,
Well, thank you, Brother Alfred, for the very comprehensive presentation. I think I personally learned a lot as well. Yeah. So we understand that the synergy between X39 and X49 is actually very powerful. Okay. So use it under proper supervision. So we just tell people that this is something that if you use it correctly, the effects are tremendous. Okay. So always come back and check with us if you are actually using it correctly, or you can check with Jinlong as well. Yeah. So let's go to the questions. And all right. Sorry, at the beginning we didn't realize that the chat box was locked. This was how come no response today? Okay.
Mm.
James Mock, how about people with low blood pressure? Okay, James. Can I just unmute you, James? Let's take a look at this, yeah?
I think they can unmute themselves, Jinhua,
Yep. So
if James is still around.
yeah, James is still around, yeah. James, are you there? Okay. Never mind. Let's go to Yiran. Yiran, I have low blood pressure. Okay. Yiran, where are you? Let's have a chat. Hi, Yiran. Wait a minute. It's okay. No problem. Hi, Yiran, can you unmute yourself?
Hey,
Hi, Yiran.
hi.
Yes. Okay. What was your question again? Because you typed in there, I have low blood pressure.
Yeah, because we spoke about high blood pressure, and I just want to understand if it's low blood pressure, what to look out for, and how do we use the patch.
Okay. Have you started using the patches?
Yes, second day today. I just started
Oh, only second
yesterday
day.
Aeon. Yeah, and
Right.
today X39, and later I'm going to do the Aeon again.
Okay, so for people with low blood pressure, right, did you manage to get a copy of the 6+6?
Sorry, I'm very new. What is it, 6+6?
Okay, are you from Malaysia or Singapore?
Malaysia.
Okay, are you based in Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah,
Okay, so you can actually get a copy of it from Genong's office. Six
okay,
plus six is the protocol that we follow.
okay,
So it does the six things, and if you refer to the leaflet, maybe I have a copy here. I'll send to you in the chat group. But I'll just quickly explain it to you first.
okay.
So the first thing to do is to take a picture of yourself before and after. Yeah.
Mm,
Because when your internal is healing, your external will show. That's number one. Number two, drink enough water throughout the day, 1.5 liter mineral
yep.
water. Okay.
Mm,
Number three, on and off, 12 hours on and off, meaning that morning X39 and you're on it consistently. Yeah.
yep.
So number four, you have to take good carbs. Good carbs meaning white rice, like one portion a day is good. You eat it with a balance of veg, protein. Okay. So the reason why we eat white rice and not brown rice, black rice is because white rice assists our digestive system. Yeah.
Mm,
So when people eat white rice, actually the blood circulates better in the entire system. And it's proven, we are all Asians, right? 5,000 years history. Okay. So a lot of people, the mentality is that commercialized brown rice, black rice is more healthy. Actually, it's not. Because it's more harsh on the system. Digestive system. It's hard to digest. Okay.
okay.
Okay, so cold vegetables. Okay, so these are basically no because our system is actually warmer. So when you're taking too much cold fruits, cold veg, and all that, it actually jams up the system, and then your blood circulates slower.
Okay.
And low blood pressure, you got to be a bit more patient because low blood pressure anemic. What happens is that when you start using the patches, it needs to produce more red blood cells first. Yeah. So I do have personally people that are low blood pressure. So after patching for about 8 months, their blood pressure starts to increase. They've been low blood pressure all their lives. Yeah. So your effect may be much slower than people that have normal pressure.
Okay. Question is, if it's not white rice, does noodle count like kway teow and bihun?
Those are all processed. White rice is not.
Okay.
So you gotta eat white rice and focus more on white rice.
Okay. I guess I am not bothered by my low blood pressure. I never have any problem. I don't feel dizzy and stuff like that.
Right.
I am trying out the patch because I want to improve, everything else that I can improve overall wellness. Yeah, not necessarily, upping my blood pressure unless it's bad to have low blood pressure because it's genetic.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand. Yeah. So when you're on the patches, it actually has an effect on your entire system.
Okay, so my BP would be regular after a while.
That it really depends on your body. Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm just telling you the effects of it that you can
okay,
expect lah.
okay. Thank
Yeah.
you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Your organs will start to function better. That's for sure lah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming in. Okay. All right. Marlio. Hi, Chinhua. How reliable that the cesarean scar can disappear after patching LifeWave patches? Any testimony on it? Okay, Mario, I think for external scarring, pigmentation and all that, it can lighten, okay, but it cannot totally disappear, because scars are scars. You see, I have a scar on my hand here, and it's an operation scar, and it's still there. So I wouldn't tell people to use it for external purpose because the technology is built to heal you internally. Yeah. If it completely disappeared, then congratulations. It's a big bonus, but I wouldn't bet on it. Okay. So focus more on the internal organ functions rather than external beauty. Okay. But anyhow, you can try using the Aloe Vera cream as well. Okay. Day and night and the Aloe Vera patches and see what happens. It can lighten, yeah, but not to the extent that it'll disappear. Okay. I hope I answer your question. All right. Okay, Kun. Hi, Kun. What patches used for control high blood sugar? I'm 68 years old with fasting blood sugar was 6.1. Presently using X39 AM for 4 years. So what? 4 years, congratulations. So what additional patches should be used and where to patch? Alfred, would you like to get this one?
Sure. Hi, Kun.
Great.
Can you unmute yourself?
Thank you, Purdy, for sharing the 6+6. Okay.
Is Kun still around?
Hello.
Yes.
Albert, yeah.
Okay. So your high blood pressure, now,
Yeah.
first of all, I need to congratulate you, You've been patching the X39 and AM for the past 4 years. Okay.
Yes.
So you are 68 now,
Yeah.
and you actually don't sound like 68.
Thank you very much.
You sound way much younger. You sound very energetic, Okay. Now, fasting blood sugar at 6.1 mmol, okay, is at the threshold of what is considered pre-diabetes or
Yeah, correct.
upper limit of normal,
It's
okay?
on the borderline.
Yeah. So you have been patching X39 and AM for the past 4 years. I think you can add on other patches as well,
Okay.
right? So
Also,
why
what
I
is
am quite familiar with diabetes is because I've helped my brand partner, his name is Jalal, to actually bring down his HbA1c. Okay. So I
Yeah.
would recommend you to continue to patch X39 and Aeon, but you can
Okay.
add. The thing that helped Jalal was SP6 glutathione and carnosine,
SP6
especially glutathione. Okay. So SP6, because SP6 can actually help you with your metabolic support. Okay.
Okay.
It's designed to stimulate spleen 6 point, which is your pancreas, liver, and kidney function.
Okay.
Okay? So you put your SP6 on the left leg,
Okay. Left,
about 4 fingers above the ankle bone.
Okay.
Yeah, on the inside
Okay.
of the inner ankle bone, behind the shin bone, okay?
Yeah.
Now, glutathione can increase oxidative, your glutathione can actually increase your master antioxidant. It supports liver function as well.
Okay.
Okay, it supports your liver function to process sugar, and it also protects your pancreas from inflammation.
Okay.
That's glutathione. So where you patch, you can place this on your liver point, LV3.
LV3, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is this? Is on top of your right foot, between the depression between your big and your second toe.
Okay.
Okay? Or CV12,
CV12,
halfway between your belly button and the bottom of your sternum.
Okay. Okay.
About 5 fingers from your sternum or 5 fingers from your belly button. The halfway point. Halfway point.
Clear?
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carnosine, why I ask you to use carnosine is because carnosine is an anti-glycating agent. Okay? Glycation happens when sugars stick to protein in your body. This can be measured when you do your blood test average HbA1c.
Okay.
Carnosine protects your organ and tissues from damage from this elevated sugar.
Okay.
Okay? So what you do is you can wear this at night at the back of your neck,
Back
or
of my neck.
or
Back of my neck. Back of my neck. I put Eon already, right?
hang on. That's why you can
Okay.
wear your carnosine at the back of your neck or
Okay.
on the chest, CV17.
Chest, CV17.
Okay? So
Okay.
my recommendation is you use X39, Aeon, SP6, glutathione, daytime.
Okay. Okay.
Nighttime, carnosine.
Carnosine and Eon.
No. Listen carefully.
Okay.
Daytime, X39, Aeon, SP6, glutathione.
Okay.
At night, carnosine.
Okay.
Okay? Now,
Okay.
daytime, X39 at the back of your neck,
Okay.
Aeon behind the right ear.
Behind the right ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at the back of your neck, together with X39.
Okay. Clear.
SP6 on the left leg, 4 fingers up from your ankle. Glutathione on the right foot between your first and your second toe.
Okay. Clear.
Okay? Carnosine at the center of your chest.
At night.
Yeah, at night.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Clear. Okay. Clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Kun.
Thank you. Thank you, Alfred.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's move on. Yes, thank you. So, do you think by using this combo X39 and X49, possibly healing crisis will be reduced? Okay, so the main protocol is always you use X39 and Aeon to start with. Okay, strengthen your body's foundation of stem cells and reduce the inflammation first. Now, the reason why is because you got to use it according to your age. Right? Let's say you are 60 years old, use it for minimum 6 months of X39 Aeon. Now, the reason why we do this is because we want to minimize the healing crisis or healing reaction when you add on the X49. Now, we've seen a lot of cases where people add on X49 together X39 at the beginning, and the healing is too powerful. Yeah. And then they stop using because aches and pains, cannot sleep, too much energy, fever and things like that. Okay. Because X49 is a very powerful booster. So you need to really follow the protocol and add on X49, then the results will be very good. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Okay. All right, Mei Ling, can I use X39, X49 every day in the morning and I use Aeon at night? Must I use the patches 24/7 or I need to take a break in between? Great question. Alfred, would you like to get this one?
Sorry? Can I
Mei
use
Ling.
X39, X49 every day? I use
Yeah.
AON at night. Must I use whatever? You can actually use X39, X49 every day during the daytime lah. I mean, if you put on X49, remember what I told you all just now, is better if you can exercise when you use the X49. Yes, you use Aeon at night, correct. Can. Must I use the patches 24/7 or need to take a break? No, you are not. Yeah, I mean you are using the patches 24/7, correct? But they are different patches signaling different things and in your body. So it's fine. Okay? So for those who have been using X39 and Aeon for 6 months, can they start using the combo? Yes, of course they can, Mei Ling. Yeah, I hope I've answered your question, yeah?
Great. Okay, let's move on. Victor, for my wife with low blood pressure, when should she start X49? She have been patching X39 for a month. Okay, Victor, great question. So, only 1 month is too soon for you to add on X49, yeah? So, according to your age, to your wife's age, let's say she's 50 years old, you use a minimum of X39 Aeon for 5 months first. Then only then after that you add on X49. Okay? So you do that, all right? Mei Ling, for those with autism and ADHD, what can we do to help them? Start with X39 and Aeon. You can see a lot of improvements with people who has autism, especially children. Their focus is better, they are more calm, they get rested more. So these are things that you can actually observe for kids that have autism or ADHD. Okay. Okay, Deborah, X49, is it suitable for elderly who is immobile? All right, Alfred, would you like to get this one?
Well, it is okay if you use X49. Deborah, you want to unmute yourself, Deborah?
Hi, Alfred.
Yay, hi.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. To answer your question, yes, basically X49 can be very suitable for someone who is immobile. Okay, because it addresses specific psychological challenges that comes with the lack of mobility. Okay,
See.
when a person is immobile, not able to move, the body will face these three risk. Number one is muscle wasting, sarcopenia.
Yeah.
Number two is bone density loss. Number three is poor circulation. So X49 is designed to support these areas.
I see.
Okay. But you have to be very careful of the skin sensitivity. Okay, because older people have thinner and more thinner skin and more prone to irritation from adhesive lah. Okay, and they must actually drink more water when you use X49
Right.
because normally immobile people, immobile elderly individuals are often chronically dehydrated. Okay, because it is quite troublesome for them to go into the toilet and all. The patches actually require water to conduct signal effectively. Okay, so please make sure they are sipping water throughout the day.
Okay.
Okay, So you might also want to consider starting the X49 with just slower, meaning with just 4 to 6 hours for the first few days.
All right. Or can
Okay.
can I patch like the half of it,
Can
for 12
That's
hours?
why 4 to 6 hours, you take it, you remove half
Yeah.
the sticker, then you stick 4 to 6 hours, then you continue tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So that means I put half of the patch for 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Can I put half of the patch for 12 hours?
Half of the patch for 12 hours, meaning what?
Can I like cut the patch into half?
No. You don't cut the patches. You don't have to cut the patches. No.
I just tear off half.
Yeah. You remember, do you know that your stickers, you have 2 pieces of sticker at the
Right.
back?
Right.
Yeah. Remove half.
Okay. Okay.
Stick it 4 to 6 hours. Then
Okay.
you take it off, put it one side.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, remove the other half of the sticker, and then you patch.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, will do. Yes.
Okay?
Okay, so
Why?
I don't patch for 12 hours, like I patch 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, maybe you want to consider slow introduction.
Right. Yeah.
Start with just 4 to 6 hours the first few days because their metabolism may be slower. Now, a sudden increase in cellular signaling from the patches can sometimes feel overwhelming.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So what other patches are you using now?
Actually, this is for my husband, who is a traumatic brain injury patient. I have patched him, X39 and Aeon for 9 months now. And recently, I actually added ice waves, at lung 1 and energy enhancer at K1. So I was
Okay.
thinking of stopping that and then, to replace ice wave and energy enhancer with X49.
What are you trying to achieve in the first place? I need to know what are you trying to help your husband?
Right, because he's like, very lethargic all the time and not much energy. And sometimes also he's like, he has got a little bit of difficulty in breathing. So I thought ice wave and energy enhancer might help him. I've patched these two. I've added these two actually, for the last 2 months. Yeah.
How
And
long has he been patching?
9 months. Just 9 months for just Aeon and X39. And for the past 2 months, I added EE and ice wave.
Okay. When you put ice wave on lung 1, what are you trying to help him with?
To help him to breathe better.
Ah.
I think that helps him. He like it's like, he's not so breathless. Because sometimes he can be, like very breathless like that.
Okay. You can use ice wave on lung 1,
Mm-hmm.
but I would advise you to try using energy enhancer on lung 1. Better for breathing problems.
I see. Okay. Okay, so I don't use ice wave. I use a EE then on lung 1.
Correct.
Okay.
Energy enhancer.
Okay.
Okay. So, does he have any issues for his immobility?
Yeah, he's not able to walk, and before I patch him, in the past when I didn't patch him that time, there was one time that he couldn't even stand, but after I patched him for Aeon and X39, at least now he's able to stand lah, Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you can use the X39 and X49. Okay. You can also add on EE if he is breathless on the lung 1.
Okay, so I don't need to patch him on EE every day, right? Only patch like, when he's like breathless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing you can do with EE is to patch your husband on ST36.
Okay.
4 fingers down from his knee
Okay.
on the outside of the shin.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brown left, white right.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 fingers below the kneecap on the outside of the shin.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is the longevity point to
Uh,
build strength
I see.
and digestive health
Oh,
for
okay.
those who cannot move much.
Okay. And for how long do I need to patch him at ST36?
You can try until he improves on his appetite, his strength, and all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other part where he can patch is also CV6.
Mm-hmm.
2
Okay.
fingers below the navel.
Yeah. Okay. Can.
All right. And probably also EE at the bottom of the feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the places where EE will do wonders to help him lah.
Okay. All right.
In terms of his immobility lah. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Can.
Okay.
Can.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you, Deborah.
Right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Alfred, next one is for you from Tula.
Tula Chandran. Okay. Let me see. What is BP reading 111/70, which you mentioned is a person who's on medication as well as X49, or when he discovered he has elevated BP, he started patching the... Okay, Tula, can you unmute yourself, Tula? Are you still around? Tula? Are you still there? Tula Chandran? Okay. Quick one, Tula Chandran. To clarify, a reading of 111/70 is generally considered an optimal blood pressure range lah. So when we look at cases where individuals have this kind of numbers while using X39 and X49, there are 2 different scenarios. Okay. The first one is when he's on medication. Okay. In most documented testimonials that we have or clinical observations, individuals or people actually with high blood pressure are already on medication, okay, when they start patching. Now, as the patches, especially X49, supports vascular health, they begin to improve the stiffness or elasticity of the blood vessel. The body may become more efficient in regulating its own pressure. Okay, so the medication plus the patches working together over time, some users find their readings dropping too low, for example, to 100/60, okay, which is a signal that it's time for them to go to their doctors, talk to them about tapering off or reducing their dosage. Okay, let me make it one thing very clear. One person should never stop blood pressure medication without medical supervision. Okay, Tula, let's make it very clear. Now, scenario number 2, okay, for a person who wants to achieve preventive use, no prior medication. Okay, so these are the people with slightly elevated reading, about 130/80, okay, and choose to patch as the first line of defense, and they will normally make lifestyle changes, for example, to their diet. They drink more water, they eat less salt, okay. So by patching Aeon and X49, it actually supports the autonomic nervous system. It will actually calm the autonomic nervous system when they use Aeon. Okay, and the cardiovascular system with X49, their aim is to bring the body back into balance. Okay, before clinical hypertension sets in. Okay, so many in this group will see their numbers stabilize into that 110 to 120 systolic range naturally. All right, Tula Chandran. So the key difference with X49, now this is worth noting, everyone. X49 is specifically studied for the impact on cardiovascular system. Okay, AHK copper peptide supports the health of endothelial cells. I keep repeating myself. Endothelial cells is the lining of your blood vessel. Okay, healthy, flexible vessel is the main factor in maintaining the reading like 111/70. Tula Chandran. Okay, I hope I answered your question.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, Iran, what is healing crisis? Now, Iran, when you're using the patches, what happens is that it will detox your system, your entire body. So unlike medication suppresses the symptoms. So this kind of healing that the patches has is actually detoxing. You could experience fever, can't sleep at night, or aches and pains, or headache, fever, cough, flu. So all these are all the symptoms that will show. But it's your body clearing off the toxins, okay? So that's why you have to use it long enough for your body to keep on detoxing. Yeah, so it's actually good signs now, all this. So don't worry about the word crisis, okay? So it's not really some kind of bad thing that's happening now. Okay, so all right. Yes, and you have another question. Oh, okay. So this is a good one. I just started Aeon yesterday, patch during the day. I patched during the day. I understand it's supposed to be relaxing, but I have trouble sleeping last night, and I usually sleep very quick. And this is one of it. So yes, okay. So you use X39 in the morning and Aeon at night and see how it goes. Okay. See how it goes. Your body will get used to it after some time. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Mei Ling, what happens if the autistic kids not taking enough water? It's not easy to ask them to take more water. Can you recommend a solution? Okay. All right. So, Alfred, would you like to get this one?
Can. Okay. Now it's common challenge for caregivers or parents of autistic children. Okay. Many children on the spectrum experience different sensory processing. Okay. And can make drinking water very difficult to manage. I understand. Okay. So the question is, what happens when they do not drink enough, right? They will have constipation. They will have sensory sensitivity spikes. They have brain fog. They feel very, very tired, and they have reduced self-regulation. So what you can do, I would advise, is for them to eat their water. You get what I mean or not? Eat their water means you feed them with watermelon or grapes. Because watermelon and grapes, they are almost entirely water. Then you can give them cucumber slices, okay? And sometimes smoothies or soups, okay? You can customize them according to their preference, whether they like it thick or thin. Okay, so for LifeWave, for these kids, I would patch them with Aeon because it can help the nervous system if the child is stressed by sensory aversions, okay? And then probably SP6, okay? So because traditionally SP6 is used to support digestive system and organ function, okay? But which is often giving the problem when hydration is low, right? So for children who are sensitive to their skin, they can place the patch inside their shirt and at the bottom of their feet, okay? Under a socks, okay? Yes. What can we do for skin sensitivity? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've answered the thing. For those who sprain your back, what patches we can use? Well, you can also use X39. You can use Aeon. Okay.
All right. Okay. So one last question.
Sorry.
Mei Ling. Okay.
Sorry. Just want to further ask about the autistic children because just now you mentioned use Aeon daytime and SP6. Which part use and how to use it for those kids?
SP6 is normal just now on the left leg, 4 fingers above the thing.
The one is during daytime.
Yes.
Okay. Aeon will be back of the neck.
Correct.
At night.
Daytime also can if they are feeling very restless because it can calm them down, you see.
I see. So that means use Aeon, either Aeon or SP6 only. It's not together, right?
You can try and use X39 during daytime.
Okay.
And then probably Aeon, you can save it for the nighttime. SP6 daytime.
I see. So it's three of these patches to try and use try and
Yeah, I would use that one first.
So the SP6 mini is to come also for them to sorry, I didn't get what is the function of SP6 for this.
To support their digestive system and organ function.
I see. Okay.
Normally when for people who do not drink that much of water.
Okay, understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then you can also help like what I said just now let them eat their water, meaning watermelon, grapes, cucumber, smoothies. I think smoothies they will like because it's cold
Okay.
and also sweet
Okay. Okay, thanks. Understand. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Shirley Chu. After a full medical checkup, I found that the atrium valve do not close fully and the atrium is a bit inflamed. I'm using X39 Aeon, Carnosine, X49 daily since then. Will this help my atrial valve to close fully and get rid of the swollen atrium? Okay. Shirley, this is something that we do not have any solid answer, but based on the scientific clinical studies of Aeon, it will help to reduce the inflammation. Okay, that's number one. Number two, whether or not the valve can close fully, that one is also very subjective. But what X39 and X49 combination can do, it can strengthen the overall muscles around that. Okay, so because we cannot make medical claims, but what you can actually do is to patch it with faith. Okay, so and go for a checkup once it's due and see what happens. Okay, but of course, if you have any kind of symptoms, difficulty breathing, pain, and all that, you must check with the doctor.
I did. Actually, it was just only, I'm using these patches for more than 2 years before I went for this medical checkup.
Right.
Just a friend just asked me to go, so I just followed, and that's how I found out about that. And actually, the medical checkup showed that I had irregular heartbeat, sort of. So I went for an echo thing, to see the heart, and that's when they found out about this condition. And it arose because of my blood pressure was not properly monitored at that time. Which I actually changed. The doctor actually sort of changed the medication and all, and that's why I've been monitoring it. But it was on Friday that I felt that I had a chest pain. So I went to the hospital and they did an angiogram for me. But it found that there was no blockage, nothing. So I'm just wondering, well, I've been very faithful with the patches. I do it daily and consistently. So that's why I was wondering whether it will really do the miracle of closing the valve and so on.
What's your, Shirley, if you don't mind me asking, what's your age?
Yeah. You'll be surprised, I'm 83 years old.
Wow. Thank you for joining us on Zoom. Okay. So, when did you start this additional X49 and carnosine?
X39 and AHK and carnosine I've been using, but not regularly. 2 years ago when it was introduced, I just used it to stay healthy, sort of. And this regular thing about X39, 49, AHK and carnosine since the checkup, which was in December.
Right. So 4 months lah. 4 5 months lah, December.
But probably it did me good when I used that 2 years ago, in the sense that my bone density is sort of at 83, it was perfect. So, it must have done something good.
Yep. Where are you patching your X49 and carnosine?
49 below the belly button.
Right.
39 at the back of the neck. And carnosine actually at random, I'm not random in the sense that I do it where I see there's a bit of pain in my arm or something, so I patch there.
Right. Okay. So, the thing is that you can actually, when's the next checkup?
I don't know. The doctor said after this, when I went for the angiogram, they did all the tests. Blood test was good. ECG was good. Lung was good. So I don't have to go. He told me not to go. I'm not necessary unless I feel something very bad. But my question actually was to ask whether the valve can really, can it really help it to close, and the swollen atrium will lead? I think that part will, but the valve part, I'm not too sure.
Okay, Jinhua, can I try and do this? Okay, Shirley, right?
Yeah.
Now, why don't you try? Have you used carnosine? You have carnosine, you have X49, you have X39, and you have AHK. Do you have these patches?
Yes, I have. I have the glutathione, is it? And then I also have enhancer. Those I use it according to where it says you need it,
Okay, Shirley, do you have a pen and paper with you now? Yes, Okay. Now, to specifically target your atrium and valve area, you try and patch these patches here. Now, number 1, CV17, center of your chest.
Oh, I don't have that. What is that called?
CV17.
Oh, I don't have that.
No. It's your acupuncture point.
Okay.
Center of your chest, you put carnosine or X49 here.
Carnosine or X49.
Okay. Now, this point is directly over the heart and is known as, in traditional TCM, as Zongji. the energy of the chest and the heart. So
Is
you
it
try and put carnosine or X49 on this CV17.
Is it the one that you described between the belly button and the sternum?
No,
No,
this is at the center of your chest.
center of my chest. On the left?
Huh?
Is it on the left side?
No, center of your chest, on the sternum, in the middle.
Or on the sternum? Okay. Okay.
Okay? Then you put Aeon
Yeah.
on PC6, Penang China 6. Is on the inner wrist.
6, PC6, inner wrist. Right hand or
Yeah.
left hand?
Any side also can. Because this is a main point for your heart rhythm and your vascular health.
Thank you.
Okay? You can alternate placing Aeon here on the right wrist, right side, to help calm your atrium.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, the next point, you might need somebody to help you. Okay? Because I need you to patch on BL15. Put the
for-
X39 here.
B for Bangkok.
Bangkok, London 15.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
That's what?
39. X39.
Where is that about?
It is on the back, roughly level with the 5th thoracic vertebra.
What? Level.
Never mind, you go and Google where is BL15.
Okay.
Okay? It is about 2 finger width from the spine.
Okay.
Okay? This is a traditional input point for your heart health.
Okay.
Okay? You try these few patches on these 3 points.
Okay. Probably, actually, I've been patching, at random at last time 2 years. Probably, actually, my health is not so bad until I find this thing.
Yeah, Shirley, like I mentioned just now during the presentation, cannot be random. You need to be consistent, Shirley.
Oh, it was random because I was like healthy, you see.
Ah, okay. Now, I also need to advise you, this is very important for you to monitor yourself. Okay? Since you are dealing with a valve issue, please watch out for shortness of breath,
Okay.
increased fatigue, or there is something like a pounding in your chest, and if you have swelling in your ankles.
Okay.
Please watch out. If you have this, please go and see a doctor. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. You try to Google CV17, PC6, and BL15.
Okay.
Patch the things there.
Okay.
And please stay hydrated. Drink a little bit more water.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, Jinhua.
All right, let's get to it. I think we have 2 more questions and let's call it a day. Mei Ling, what patch to help with hot flushes and dizziness? Start with X39 and Aeon. Morning X39, Aeon at night. Okay. So, Irina, this is a cholesterol question. Wow. Alfred, I think this is yours.
Where?
Irina, how can I reduce my high cholesterol? It's 7.
Where? I can't see the thing there. Oh, she's 57 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Irina, cholesterol, first thing, nothing beats exercise. Okay? You have to take care of your diet, meaning dietary change and exercise. Okay? Now, when you have 7.0, how high, can you unmute yourself, Irina? How high is your cholesterol? Irina, are you there?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes,
How
I'm
high
here.
is your cholesterol, Irina?
7 and something. 7
7.
and 6. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Now,
9. Now it's less.
okay. So, you are 57. Basically, a total cholesterol of 7 at the age of 56 means your liver and your metabolic system working overtime. Okay? So, does your parents or your grandparents have high cholesterol?
Yes, my mother had.
Okay.
But she
Normally,
never
genetics.
had cardio problems. Never had,
Okay.
but she always has had a lot cholesterol, and moreover, I have a thyroid problem.
Okay. So genetics will play a role, okay? So the way you patch for high cholesterol, okay, is to use glutathione on LV3.
On what?
LV3, London,
LV3.
Vietnam 3, meaning
Yes,
the
yes,
webbing,
correct. Yes.
the webbing between the big toe and the second toe. This is the main point for liver health. Okay? SP6 on the left leg. 4 fingers from the ankle bone, Okay? Carnosine on the center of the chest. CV17 or CV6. Okay? So daytime you use X39 behind the neck, glutathione on the right foot, LV3, and SP6 on the left leg. Okay? And Aeon at night. If you patch Aeon at night, try to patch behind the right ear.
Behind right ear.
Yeah. How do you say the hollow part, the dimple part behind your right ear.
At night.
At night, yes. Okay. So since your reading is 7.0, it is helpful to patch. And are you on any settings?
Sorry?
Are you on high cholesterol medication?
No.
Okay. Please watch out your diet. Please go for exercise. You are 57, meaning you need to do exercise, strenuous exercise. Increase your your heart rate to around 110 to 120 at least 3 times a week. Okay? So if you are doing this, you drink more water, fried foods, oily foods, please abstain. Try to abstain.
You
And
mean
since you're
oil
reading,
even with olive oil, it's also oily food or not really, if it's not
no,
fried?
olive oil, okay, but in moderation. So that means fried foods like Kentucky Fried Chicken, all that kind of things.
No, never had, never had it, no.
Okay, since your reading is 7.0, it is really, really helpful to get yourself retested in 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
Every day.
90 days later, you test for your cholesterol again.
I see, but I mean SP6, I should use it every day, yeah?
Yes.
Every day.
Consistent patching, and your dietary change, you need to do it. Okay? Because when you do dietary change, This gives your red blood cells and liver enough time to cycle through, okay? And, show a measurable change in your lipid profile, okay? So if this doesn't help, I think you need to put yourself on cholesterol medication.
I see.
There are certain cholesterol medications you can take for 3 months, and then after that, do another blood test. 3 months is 90 days. Do another blood test. If it comes down to respectable levels, you can wean off your cholesterol medication. But to do that, you need to talk to your physician.
I see.
Okay, there are various new settings in the market that works like this. 3 months, and then get it off your system to see whether the lifestyle change, the exercise helps you maintain your cholesterol at a respectable level.
I see.
Okay?
I see. Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, no problem, Irina.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so let's do one more question and we are done for today. Okay. Hi, for those old people who are going dialysis, can they use patches to help them to reduce the effect of dialysis? Concern of limitation of water intake, what patches can they use? Let's start with X39 and AON.
Yeah.
So kidney dialysis patients, they can still drink about 500 ml. That's fine. Okay. So just for the reducing effect of dialysis. Okay, normally bruising, all right, due to the intravenous, appetite better, okay, so blood circulation better, recovery after the dialysis is faster, more strength. So these are some of the things that they can expect. Yeah. But just start with X39 Aeon is good enough. Okay. So yes, we've answered all the questions. And do you still have any announcement, Alfred?
Yo, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, wow, there's still 113 people here. Thank you for staying. Amazing. Okay. So, all right, let's get to it. Okay. So, rain or shine, if you guys want to know more, 2 p.m. every day, Monday to Sunday. English Mandarin. Check it with your sponsor, with the person that brought you into this Zoom. And this will be in Jinlong's office in Old Klang Road. Okay. So every day, different speakers, different experience, different stories that I can always learn from. All right. Okay, mega success. 9 of May, 2 to 4 p.m. We'll be talking about the technology, the opportunity. There'll be networking, gathering, and please do come and join us. All right. So I'll be speaking alongside Jonathan, country manager, KP Hao, Pushpaja, Jinong's wife, and also Shanky. All right. See you guys there. Tickets are on sale, 30 ringgit. Right. So next. Anything else?
We have this quarterly recognition.
Okay. Yes, after that, stay back to come and join and celebrate us. All right. Because the next one will be you as well on stage. Okay. So this is something that we honor people who are actually doing a lot of good in LifeWave. All right. So that's all for tonight. Thank you on behalf of Super Wednesday team, Alfred, myself, Miss Linga, and Pochu. I know it's late, 10:45. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but let's stay put. I think this is the longest session we've ever done. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So next time maybe we do a live stream of 24 hours. What do you say?
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Good night, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you. See you guys next Wednesday. Tomorrow, Jindong will be on for open mic. Yeah, anything, questions, please feel free to come in and ask. Bye-bye. See you guys. Bye-bye. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night. Good night. Good night.